Hello everyone, welcome to the daily question analysis supported by Shankar IAS Academy. Before getting into the discussion, please make sure that you watched the current affair analysis in the morning and also you have subscribed to our YouTube channel. If you haven't, please do subscribe and also hit the bell icon to receive on-time updates from the Academy. So moving to the first question. So the question is regarding the infant mortality rate. So we know that India successfully reduced the infant mortality rate to 25 per 1000 lives. And the first statement is IMR includes all deaths of children below 5 years of age per 1000 live birth. And statement 2, a high IMR reflects poor maternal and child healthcare services in a region. And statement 3, IMR is used internationally as a key indicator of human development and public health. So they are asking for correct statement. So which of the above statements is or are correct? So we'll go through the statements one by one. Statement 1, IMR includes all deaths of children below 5 years of age. No, 1 year of age. So here the statement goes wrong. So the statement 1 is incorrect, and if you eliminate the statement 1, we can automatically come to the answer, that is option A, 2 and 3 only. So high IMR reflects poor maternal and child health care service. Yes, because we know that the IMR and MMR, that is maternal mortality rate, are considered as key public health indicators. And the next is IMR is used internationally as a key indicator of human development and public health. Yes, we know that for preparing various reports, for preparing various index, we are considering the IMR and MMR. So therefore, it is used internationally as a key indicator of human development and public health. So therefore, the statement 2 and statement 3 are correct, while the statement 1 is incorrect. Let's check. Yes, that is option A, 2 and 3. And coming to the next question, the question is regarding the sinkhole. So we know that recently there is an increase in cases of sinkhole formation in the urban area. So with the question is with reference to sinkholes, consider the following statement. Statement 1, they commonly occur in the karst terrains where water dissolves soluble rocks like limestone and gypsum. And statement 2, leaking underground pipelines in cities can contribute to formation of sinkholes. Statement 3, limiting excessive groundwater extraction is one of the measures to reduce the sinkhole risk. Which of the above statements is or are correct? So they are asking for the correct statement. We will go through the statements one by one. They commonly occur, the sinkholes commonly occur in the karst terrain where the water dissolves the soluble rocks like limestone and gypsum. So we know that the karst is a limestone region in Slovenia, and we know that what is the feature of limestone? It is easily dissolved. It can be dissolved easily in the water. So what happens due to the dissolution of the limestone? The region will eventually become weak. The topography will become weak and become a high risk zone for the formation of sinkhole. So therefore, it commonly occurs in the karst terrain. And if you want to know more about the karst, then you can read the chapter 8 from the GC Lyon. And the next is leaking underground pipelines in cities can contribute to formation of sinkholes. Yes, over a period of time, due to the continuous leaking of the water, the soil in that region will become loose and eventually become a risk zone for the formation of sinkhole. Therefore, the statement 2 is also correct. And moving to the statement 3, limiting excessive groundwater is one of the measures to reduce the sinkhole risk. Yes, the excessive groundwater extraction, can eventually make the region weak and vulnerable for the formation of sinkhole. Therefore, reducing the groundwater extraction, over extraction of the groundwater is one of the effective measures to deal with the formation of sinkhole. So therefore, all the statements are correct. Therefore, the correct answer is option B, 1, 2 and 3. Yes. And coming to the next question, with reference to the United Nations General Assembly, consider the following statements. So we know that the 18th summit of the General Assembly is going to happen, and the Indian Foreign Minister will represent India in the General Assembly. So the statement 1, every resolution adopted by the United Nations General Assembly is legally binding on all member states under the international law. Statement 2, the tradition of Brazil being the first speaker in the United Nations General Assembly general debate has been followed since the very first session. So they are asking for correct statements. Which of the above statements is or are correct? So we'll check the statements once again. So every resolution adopted by the General Assembly is legally binding on member states under the international law. There is no law, there is no such conditions. So the statement 1 is incorrect. While the statement 2, the tradition of Brazil being the first speaker in the United Nations General Assembly general debates has been followed since the very first session. Yes, in the very first session, many nations were not, they were little hesitant to open their views. And Brazil came forward as a volunteer and gave the first speech in the first session. So since that day, we are following this tradition. That means the Brazil will be the first speaker and the Brazil will be followed by the United States. So this tradition is there since the first session. So the correct answer is option B, 2 only. The statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2 is correct. And coming to the next question, with reference to the Gastrochilus pechei, recently recorded in Arunachal Pradesh. Consider the following statement. Statement 1, it was earlier known to bloom only in Myanmar. And statement 2, it belongs to the family Orchidaceae. And statement 3, it is a terrestrial orchid commonly found in dry deciduous forest. No, it is not found in the dry deciduous forest. It usually prefers moist evergreen forest. So it is not found in the dry deciduous forest. So here the statement 3 is incorrect. So if we can eliminate the statement 3, we can directly come to the answer, that is 1 and 2. Yes. So coming to the main question, the question is the dual challenge of rising sexually transmitted infections and antimicrobial resistance poses a serious threat to India's public health goals. Examine the factors contributing to this crisis in India and suggest a multi-pronged strategy to address this problem. So we know that now the problem is the sexually transmitted infections are showing antimicrobial resistance, especially the infections like syphilis and gonorrhea, and this will make the fight against these infections more challenging. So that could be your introduction. And the next is the factors in the main part. You have to address the two areas. First is the factors contributing to this crisis. What are the factors contributing to this crisis? First is the increasing cases itself. Across various states and across various districts, the cases are increasing. And at the same time, we can see that the social problems like the social taboo. For example, talking about the sexual health itself is considered as a social taboo. So therefore, the people may hesitate to talk about the problem they are facing, and this is a major issue. And the next is the infrastructure problem, that includes lack of trained professionals. For example, dealing with the sexually transmitted infection, we not just need medication, we need proper counseling. So we need trained professionals to handle this issue. And at the same time, other infrastructures, for example, constant monitoring for screening of the people on a large scale. So these are the major problems in this areas are the major factors contributing to this crisis. And also the vertical transmission of the infection, that is from mother to children. So this is also another major factor contributing to this crisis. And suggest the multi-pronged strategy to address this issue. So what are the strategies we need? For example, we have a lot of initiatives, government initiatives focusing on the health of the child and mother. For example, Janani Suraksha Yojana and all. And at the same time, we also need infrastructure development. For example, we need the proper counselors and other trained professionals to handle this issue at every level of the society. So and at the same time, we can we also need to focus more on the asymptomatic infection. For example, sometimes the person might have diagnosed with other infection, but at the same time there may be other infections which are asymptomatic in his body. For example, sometimes he may show the symptoms of syphilis or other sexually transmitted infection, but at the same time other sexually transmitted infections like gonorrhea might be persisting in his body without showing any symptoms. So we have to focus on asymptomatic areas, and for that we need proper screening. And at the same time, for ensuring a sustainable solution, we need awareness program. That means first we have to overcome social barriers such as social taboo. For example, like I mentioned in the beginning, talking about the sexual health itself is considered as a social taboo in many societies. So we have to change this mindset. For that we need proper awareness program, and we need this awareness program in various languages. So these are the multi-pronged strategy that we can use to address this problem, and using this hints, try to answer this question and post it in the comment section. We will review and we will reply for your answer. And with this, we are coming to the conclusion for today's current question analysis. If you like the video, hit the like button, give your feedback, comments, and share this content with your friends. And before leaving this channel, don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell icon to receive on-time updates from the Academy. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for listening to me. Have a good evening.